Right, let's take you back to KwaZulu-Natal, where warnings have been issued about the impact of the heavy rainfall and the change in weather in KwaZulu-Natal. Let's now get some reaction as we speak to Nonala Ndlovu, spokesperson for Cogta in KwaZulu-Natal, taking you back to this conversation. A very good evening to you. Thank you so much for your time. We've seen the images of, as well as videos circulating on the heavy rainfall and the waters that are on the roads of KwaZulu-Natal. Talk to us about what the current situation is as you and I speak this evening.
Good evening, and good evening to the viewers as well. Yes, it is true. We are experiencing heavy downpours in the areas of eThekwini and I also understand in the Ugu and Ilembe districts. The situation is getting quite volatile. The roads are starting to be flooded as you are indicating, but we do have a plan in place. The disaster management teams have already started going out. We are also assisted by the SANDF. We are doing evacuations where there is a need, particularly in the area of Tongat. The SANDF is on the ground assisting with evacuations, and the rest of the disaster management teams are on high alert because South African Weather Services has indicated that this weather will persist in eThekwini across tonight, but will then move to the north, towards the northern areas as from tomorrow, and eThekwini will get a bit of a reprieve. So we have activated all the disaster management practitioners and emergency services across the province. And the other situation that we are watching closely is the snowfalls that are happening in the areas of Okahlamba, the Drakensberg Mountains. We've got Department of Transport on standby there. They are assisting with the graders and all the yellow plants to assist in clearing the roads in as far as the machinery is concerned. But the Department of Transport is also assisting in terms of making sure that they're activating detours in and around eThekwini where the roads are flooded. We do know that the situation is still quite volatile from the recent floods, but the situation on the ground at the moment is quite manageable. We haven't had any fatalities, and the teams are really working hard to make sure that we don't experience the severity that we experienced the last time.
You say that evacuations are taking place in some areas, and of course having learnt from the tragedy that unfolded in KwaZulu-Natal, are you confident that you prepared well enough prior to the warnings that were put in place? Because the weather services are saying that a trail of destruction will be left, and we're also getting reports of mudslides currently taking place in Umdloti.
We can say that we are very well prepared this time around, but we will always say that we can never be 100% prepared because we don't know how far this will go. But we have ensured maximum preparedness on the ground. Our emergency teams have exhausted all angles that they would be able to exhaust in terms of readiness, and we're hoping that this will be adequate for managing the current situation that is unfolding on the ground currently.
How did you strategize your plan, of course having learned some lessons when it comes to hotspots and also looking at the most vulnerable areas?
Well, as soon as the warning was issued, we activated the provincial jock, which was sitting on a weekly basis. But as from yesterday, we had the jock sitting twice a day, and we just were refining the plans that we had. And even today, when the situation started to unfold on the ground, we immediately called meetings, and we make sure that all the practitioners are on the ground and they are assisting and they are visible on the road, and they are dealing with situations as they emerge. And we're hoping that that plan will really assist us rather than we waiting until there's greater damage that is happening. So we we are managing as we go along, and we're not waiting for the situation to become dire before we start intervening.
Were some residents evacuated prior to the the mudslides that are currently taking place and the heavy downpours that we're seeing?
Well, we couldn't just evacuate residents when there was no rain. But as soon as the rain started falling and the intensity was increasing, then we started to monitor the areas. And as soon as the waters were starting to rise, then the evacuations already started. We started with issuing the warnings that as soon, even people themselves, as soon as they can see that there is imminent danger, the municipal halls were opened so that when they could still move by themselves, people would move and not wait until they are trapped before they start moving.
What we did really learn is that when incidents do occur, it all happens within a matter of seconds, where somebody or people lose their lives. It happens very quickly. Where are the safety halls that you've allocated for people to rush to, should they find themselves in a dangerous position?
Well, practically all the municipal halls are open and they are available for residents to seek shelter in as soon as they see that there might be a danger. We did indicate that obviously there would be areas that are more vulnerable than others, and for those areas we had already indicated that people should start moving to safer ground so that they don't find themselves trapped. So yeah, that's the situation at the moment. But we are seriously hoping that by tomorrow the weather will start to clear, particularly in eThekwini, and then our focus will move further north to those areas.
When it comes to moving and evacuating some of the residents, what are some of the challenges you may be experiencing during this process? Well,
at the moment, we haven't had any particular challenges being reported. But what we know from experience is that some residents become hesitant to leave their homes for fear of their belongings being stolen and all sorts of insecurities. But at this stage, we haven't had any reports of people refusing to move. And I'm sure that is precisely because of what we've already experienced. And so people are more willing now to be evacuated before they are in trouble.